Greetings, royal family. I'm back. Okay, growing up hip hop. I know it's a little late of an upload, but I am here. Thank you for clicking on the video. If you are new here, welcome. If you are a returning royal family member, you already know how this thing goes. So we're on episode. Iced coffee, y'all. Iced coffee. We're on episode 7, and this episode is titled Watch Out, Sammy. Okay, so we're finally going to get to see Treach and Sammy meet up. Was it worth the wait? We'll get to that. So the episode, it opens up with JoJo and his fiancee, Tanice. They're in a furniture store. They're shopping. They're looking for things to put on their registry. We later on find out that JoJo had no idea what the heck a registry was or what it was for. No surprise there. So they're talking about the wedding. They have no date. They have no wedding planner. So they're just there trying to basically take advantage of camera time and also take advantage of the free or complimentary champagne and water that they received at this store. So JoJo talks about he wants mac and cheese at his wedding. Tanice says no, because I guess she thinks that's a little ghetto. Boring, boring, boring. So JoJo, he brings up having another child. I don't know why, because it seems to set Tanice off. And he says that he wants a son because he's going to name him Joseph. I think what would he be, the third? Because JoJo is Joseph Jr. So JoJo's son would be Joseph the third or the second. Put it in the comments. Let me know. I don't know. So Tanice is just saying, like, no, she's not ready to have, she doesn't want to have another child. And she says that she just looks at JoJo with disgust and says, like, oh, I don't like juniors, I think a child should have their own identity. So you can see that she's just not really feeling him bringing this situation up. Angela Simmons actually showed up. She was actually in this scene, y'all, for the entire scene. So she pretty much had to tell her brother again what a registry was. They're being loud in the store, they're talking. And I think Angela asked Tanice about like her wedding plan. So they're making all of this attempts to get a registry. You don't have a date, you don't have a venue, you don't have a wedding planner. So this was a total waste of a scene. Moving along, Sam, if that's his real name. So he's nervous, okay? He's nervous because he is about to meet up with Treach. So Treach is still fine, ain't he? I just hate that tattoo that he has like right here, but Treach is aging like fine wine. Anyway, let me stay on track, focus. So Sam, he's meeting up with Treach, and it looks like they're on some sort of a tour bus. So Sam arrives with that same eye patch. He just, Anyway, so he sits down with Treach, and he pretty much tells him that he wants his blessing to propose to Egypt. So Treach tells him that, look, if you marry my daughter, you marry the family, like on some mob boss type stuff, And he says, Treach goes on to tell Sam that he does not believe in divorce. He briefly talked about when him and Pep were married and they ended up getting divorced. He says, he is going to have to answer to God. Treach is talking about himself. So Sam says that he plans on being engaged for about 2 years. He tells Treach, it's not, he wants to propose to her, but he's not planning on getting married right away. He wants to be engaged for about 2 years. I'm like, what? So then why not wait 2 years to propose to her? I got to stop applying logic to these shows. I get caught up. So Treach gives Sam his blessing, and I just rolled my eyes. I was just like, ugh. They probably cutting Treach a nice chunk of change, like a nice, check. Anyway, so we move on to Rev Run and Angela. This was a quick scene. They're catching up. They're out to lunch, it looks like, and Rev Run is just asking her about her love life. And I just start laughing. I'm saying to myself, really, we're going to do this? So she says that she doesn't want to worry her father, and she doesn't want to let him know that she's been burned by Romeo. And it's just like, knock it off, Angela. See, like I said, to me, it seems like they had to do a lot of reworking this season because, Romeo's like, look, you know what? I got things to do. Forget about Angela. So it's like we see Angela filming with her father. Like, it's just a desperate attempt for her to be in just about every scene. And it's interesting because, again, we see Angela a lot in a lot of episodes throughout this season. So Get it where you fit in, girl. On to more interesting events. Brianna and cousin Titi. Okay, so they're discussing their plans to stop Sam from proposing to Egypt. Remember on the last episode, they kind of like put their differences aside for the greater good. You know, they want Egypt to be away from Sam. They don't want Sam to propose to Egypt. So the plan is to basically make Egypt late for the show. Sam has a show. He plans on proposing to Egypt at his show on stage. So to prevent this proposal from happening, Titi is going to be traveling to the event with Egypt, and her plan is to make her late so it doesn't happen. So we move on to Pep and Treach, right? We see them together. It is good to see them together in the same room. You know, they both approve of Sam. They're in agreement about Sam proposing to Egypt. And for whatever reason, so Treach, he feels that Titi and Tyran, they need to like back off and let Egypt and Sam do their thing. And Pep feels the same way. So they agree on that. So it was pretty much good to see them in the same room. I remember when they got married, for Christ's sake. Rev Run married them. I remember that. That was all on either Ebony or Jet magazine. Anyway, right? Always going down memory lane. So yeah, they agree for, like I said, for whatever reason that Sam is a good guy. I guess. We move on to Tanice and JoJo. So they are headed into marriage counseling. And who is the counselor? Rev Run. So he's counseling his son and future daughter-in-law, and it is weird. Tanice, she really feels uncomfortable. She says that she feels awkward and she doesn't know, like, she feels weird, like, expressing any issues that they have in their relationship, and she kind of, like, doesn't want to cross the line because this is going to be her future father-in-law. And I just don't know why JoJo thought this was a good idea. Probably he needed camera time too. So Tanice doesn't like that JoJo comes home late. She expressed that. And JoJo says that he's working, and then he referenced Jay-Z, like how Jay-Z is always in the studio. I'm like, JoJo, you're not even Memphis Bleak, honey. Are you kidding me? Cut the crap. Like, you are not even Memphis Bleak, so knock it off. So JoJo brings up again that he wants another child, and Tanice doesn't. So that really is an issue. And as we've seen in the last 2 episodes, you know, Tanice had a traumatic delivery, childbirth. And she says she doesn't, I don't think she has healed from that emotionally, so she does not want to go down that road again. And I don't know if JoJo is not really taking her seriously or he's not understanding, but it was a traumatic experience for her nonetheless, and she does not want to experience that again. And plus, I don't know how old their daughter is supposed to be in this scene or in this season, but she's fairly young. So JoJo says that them not having another child is a deal breaker for him, meaning if she's not going to be willing to have another child later on down the line, he's not interested in getting married. So I thought that that was really bold of him to say. So I don't know, listening to them bicker and talk about their issues in their relationships, to me, it just screams that they're not ready to get married. I mean, they're young-minded. They've been together, I think he said, for 10 years. But I just think that, I get it, you know, you want to be with your woman, you know, she wants to be with her man. I just feel like getting married is not going to prevent you guys. Like, it's not going to, I don't know. If you guys don't get married, what's going to happen? You're going to break up? You know what? I don't know. You're just going to have the same issues with this piece of paper and this union. You know, you're going to have the same issues if they're not resolved. Like, the child thing, that's a serious matter. Like, JoJo needs to understand why Tanice does not want to have another child right now. And I think he needs to take it seriously. He's not taking it seriously. He's really being immature. So, you know, his father is telling him, like, as far as him coming home late, you know, he's got to do better and he's got to grow up and stuff like that. So after JoJo said that Tanice not wanting to have another child is a deal breaker, you see Tanice, she says now that she's open to having another child later on down the line. Totally opposite of what she said maybe like in the last 2 episodes or so. And she did change her story, you know, when she found out that marriage was on the line. She kind of changed her tune. But that's good compromise. You know, you definitely have to come to an agreement. I just feel like, I hope that she really is open to having another child down the line and not just saying that because she doesn't want to jeopardize, you know, being married to JoJo, or she doesn't want to lose JoJo, because then you got resentment brewing and then that'll definitely rise to the top. But anyway, this is not relationship hour with Royal B. We're moving on to Egypt and Sam. So they are discussing the show because Egypt, again, she's going to be performing as well. So they're behind stage the day of the show. They're backstage. TT shows up before the show. And I am happy to see that TT and Egypt are good, because on the, I don't know if it was the last episode or the episode before that, when little Easy-E had the barbecue, you know, she just kind of, Egypt just kind of made it seem like, you know, what's her name? TT was a little bit too friendly with Sam, and, you know, TT walked off and she was ticked off because Sam was going around saying that she was in love with him. So it is good to see that they're, you know, they're back on track, okay? So Egypt, she's excited. But TT, again, she has her plans set up to stop this proposal. So before the show, Sam, you see him painted. His face is painted in all white, and he's supposed to look like the Joker. I don't know. It looked just, I guess. What kind of music does Sam do? Like, is he a rapper? Like what? Is it like rock, hip hop? I don't even really care. I'm just asking. Anyway, so she says that, he says, while he's getting his face painted, he's in his confessional, and he's saying that Egypt is his Harley Quinn, and Egypt fell in love with him and his madness, and then they're flashing back to pictures of them hugging and kissing and all in love, and he's claiming that he and Egypt are hip-hop's Joker and Harley Quinn. Moving along, TT and Egypt, they're on their way to the show. I'm not even going to say anything. If that's what he believes, great. So Egypt says that TT is like her big sister, and she's happy that she is showing her support by coming to Sam's show. Not quite, little Egypt, not quite. Hold tight. So Egypt starts to notice while they're in the car, TT is a riot. I'm telling you, she really is a riot. They're in the car on the way to the venue, right? Egypt and TT. So Egypt, she starts to notice that the car is taking another route. And TT is just keeping her composure. If you saw the episode, put it in the comments if you notice how cool, calm, and collected TT was being. She's just like sticking to the plan. So the driver pulls up to the wrong location. So TT says in her confession that she made an agreement with the driver, you know. So the driver was kind of in on, she said she explained to him the situation, and she said the driver, he has daughters as well. So he totally understood. So the driver is in on it. So he's playing it cool as well. So Egypt, she starts freaking out because the show is about to start. So Brianna, we pan back to the venue where Sam is having his show, and Brianna and Little Twist, they show up to the venue, and Sam, you could tell that he is visibly upset because Egypt is late, and he says that he knows that TT has something to do with it. So now TT is feeling bad, and she thinks that she may have, like, you know, gone too far because Egypt is totally freaking out. So Tyran, he's at the venue too, waiting, and he is hoping that TT's plan is successful, you know. So everybody is showing up, everybody is in on it, and everybody's showing up to the venue. And Sam really had his face painted like the Joker, y'all. Like, it just seemed very befitting, right? Anyway, so Egypt and TT, they're still making their way to the venue, right? And Sam, he's getting mad. He's so frustrated with his white face paint on. And he gets on stage while, you know, TT and Egypt, they are en route. So Egypt is in the car with TT, and she's saying that, oh, you know, I'm going to screw up everything. I'm going to mess everything up if I'm not there. I'm going to mess everything up if I'm not there. This is going to be my fault. So I'm saying to myself, what is she talking about? Like, I know that she is supposed to come out toward the end of his performance, but she is really going hard and beating herself up and blaming herself. You know, she's blaming herself. So there was supposed to be, Egypt says there's supposed to be some like A&R people, and Sam was hoping to get like a record deal from all of this. So I just wonder, like, are you upset, Egypt, because Sam is going to be upset with you? Like, is that why you're beating yourself up? And I just wonder, how is she going to mess this up if she is not there? I'm thinking because maybe she is a part of his performance, but she's more focused on she is going to mess this up for him if she's not there. She never said that if I'm not there, this is going to mess us up, because Egypt desires to be in the music industry as well. When we first were introduced to her, you know, she had somewhat of a music career. She was always performing, always in the studio. So that, I thought that was real interesting. So the episode ended with it looks like TT and Egypt actually finally pulled up to the venue. We saw Sam going on stage, but we didn't see any of his performance. I don't know if I'm interested in seeing it. So they showed the trailer for the next few episodes. So we see Angela fraternizing with Bow Wow. That's supposed to be coming up. We don't know when. Romeo will be returning at some point. And there is going to be some scandal that pops off about Sam. No surprise there. Pep and Brianna, they are going to get into it. Looks like they're going to fight. And Boogie is going to blow up at his father. That I want to see. JoJo is going to do something that's going to upset his fiance. So we still have a few more episodes to come. I don't know how many. So as far as any of these events that I mentioned in the trailer, we don't know when they are going to show it. But, you know, it left me a little bit concerned when Egypt just kept saying that, you know, if I'm not there, I'm going to mess everything up. She didn't say for us. She specifically focused on it being messed up for Sam. But I thought you were supposed to be doing music together. Like, I thought he was helping you with your music. So, So Egypt was on the Breakfast Club with her father, Treach. So I'm going to actually get ready to do that video. I don't know which one's going to come out first, maybe this one or the interview. But I just feel some type of way that Treach and Pep actually gave their blessing. Like, I don't know. I just don't know, man. I don't know about that guy for little Egypt, you know. But TT did what she was supposed to do. So we shall see how this pans out next week. Royal family, thank you for rocking out with me until the end of this video. If you made it to the end, be sure to hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Share your thoughts. I love interacting with you guys about this show in particular. But, I mean, this show wasn't really giving me much. So maybe next week it'll be a little bit more exciting. I just don't trust that Sam. And TT, I applaud your efforts. You know, you played it cool, calm, and collected. And you actually put your plan in motion. And you even got the driver to be in on it. Smart girl. So, Royal family, I'm signing off. Until next time, peace.